My name is Brittany Gibson, and I am the Village Clerk and Economic Development Coordinator for the Village of Dieterich. I came here in November 2009. So I'd say the first top thing we have accomplished here is being a residential developer. Most municipalities are not known for their residential subdivision development. Here in Dieterich, we saw a decline. The writing was on the wall that our enrollment was declining annually. We're a farming community. A lot of those families that had a large number of children, there was no place for those kids to come back to if they wanted to come back home. And so we started developing residential lots at a very reasonable $5,000 for a half acre or around their lot. And we started with 20 lots initially to see if it worked, and it worked. We are on our second now subdivision. School boards and village boards and local economic development groups can sometimes be at odds over those TIF districts, but we have found ways here to use that TIF money to benefit everybody and to benefit the school. And with our residential subdivision growth, we have grown 44% from the 2010 to the 2020 census. And with that growth comes some growing pains, but our school has been fantastic at embracing those growing pains and has just recently finished a huge renovation to add on. And they've had to add classrooms. I know my son's freshman class is the largest class Dieterich has ever put out at 60 kids.
Gary Jackson, I'm the superintendent at Dieterich Unit 30 Schools. Been with the district for 17 years. And really, I think the school system is a big draw to this community. We're very highly rated with the State Board of Education. We're in the top 10% in the state. So you have a good school system in a safe environment, small class sizes. Years ago, the community leaders saw that the school enrollment was declining. And one thing that they really wanted to avoid was consolidation. So they came up with a plan of how do we get more people to move in, how do we increase our school enrollment, because we don't want to be part of another, we want to keep our school.
All of this is made possible because of our TIF districts. I should put that caveat in there. Only because of our TIF districts are we allowed to offer these lots at such a deep discount as an incentive to get those families here in Dieterich. So the initial 20 lots went over fantastically. We had 3 more phases, 92 lots total in our first subdivision.
Yeah, lots are $5,000. I bought one back in 2007. Those property taxes go to the TIF. They don't go to the school at this point. Our school board looks at that as a long-term savings plan. Eventually, the TIF will roll off. That equalized assessed valuation comes on to our levy, and it will be there. But in the meantime, we are getting state aid for those students and for that additional enrollment. None of this would be here without a TIF district. Let's face it. I mean, it's a fact.
It's a good mix. We are a great bedroom community for Newton, Olney, Mattoon, Charleston, obviously Effingham, and there's a lot of healthcare professionals. We're a very large rural, farming community as well. So there's a lot of people involved in the ag industry that reside here, and healthcare industries too. We have several hospitals within a 30-minute drive of us. COVID changed the way we live and work. It changed a lot of things. There's some things that changed for the better. That wild experiment of work from home, learn from home. Dieterich is blessed to be a fiber-to-home community. We have fantastic internet service thanks to our local telephone company. And we were one of the first fiber-to-home communities in our area. And all those work-from-home professionals, they've stayed at home. A lot of people have hybrid schedules, so there's a lot of our population that doesn't actually have a brick-and-mortar site they go to work to. They can work from home.
You don't find this cooperation everywhere, unfortunately. I think there's a lot of, let's take the residential development, for example. A lot of what you see is private individuals developing for a profit. The village doesn't care if they make a profit. They want growth. We benefit from growth as a school, and then obviously the village benefits as well with a strong school system.
We have a huge focus here on beautification. We realize the value and how your community appears from the outside. So we have invested a lot of money through grants. We have been the recipient of 3 different T.I.F grants through the Illinois Department of Transportation. And we have had a lot of money focused on sidewalks, boulevards, upgraded street lighting. So our beautification has always been a big push, and our Veterans Memorial, which that was a project before I came here, but it's still, in my opinion, the most fantastic Veterans Memorial in all of the land. So our Veterans Memorial, our upgraded street beautification projects, our community center project, our 2 residential subdivisions, and we're also the developer of our own industrial parks. We recently broke ground for we had our original industrial park was full, and in 2022 broke ground for a new 23-lot industrial park. And we now have 14 of those lots of the 23 already reserved. So yes, the fact that we've grown over 40% in just 10 short years, been able to turn our school enrollment around to where the school has had to add on to accommodate all of their incoming students. So we're pretty proud of what we've been able to accomplish.